Most people believe that to be missed, they must stay visible. They send the messages. They check in constantly. They explain themselves again and again, hoping presence will create importance. But presence alone does not create value. In fact, constant presence often destroys it. To be unforgettable, you must master something far more powerful than attention. You must master absence. Today, we move beyond childish tactics and emotional games. This is not about manipulation. This is about emotional sovereignty. The Stoics understood something modern culture forgot. What is scarce gains weight. What is abundant becomes invisible. When you control your reactions, your words, and your availability, something strange happens. People begin to fool you even when you are not there. Your absence becomes loud. Your silence becomes heavy. Your presence, when it returns, feels rare. This video will show you how silence becomes power, not through cruelty, not through games, but through discipline, restraint, and inner control. Sit back, breathe slowly, and listen carefully. Lesson 1. The indelible impression. You cannot be missed if you were never truly felt. Most people pass through lives like background noise, pleasant, familiar, replaceable. When they leave, nothing changes. To create longing, you must first create impact. This requires what we might call a heavy presence. A person with heavy presence does not rush their words. They do not seek approval. They do not fill silence out of discomfort. They enter a room calmly. They speak when necessary. They listen more than they reveal. And when they leave, something feels unfinished. This is not charisma in the loud sense. It is composure. Stoicism teaches that inner order creates outer gravity. When you know who you are, others feel it, without explanation. Before you withdraw, you must leave a mark, a conversation that lingers, a moment of calm strength, a sense of being fully seen. If you are ordinary, your absence is relief. If you are grounded, deliberate, and present, your absence becomes a void. And the mind hates a void. Lesson 2. Command the silence. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is pressure. Most people panic when communication stops. They rush to explain. They rush to clarify. They rush to repair imaginary damage. The Stoic does not. When you fall silent, you stop being predictable. You stop being controllable. You stop being easy to read. The human brain is wired to close open loops. When you provide no explanation, the mind supplies one again and again. Silence forces reflection. It creates questions. It magnifies memory. Those who speak too much dissolve their power. Those who know when to stop speaking concentrated. When ignored, remain calm. When tested, pause. When provoked, withdraw. Not as punishment, as discipline. Silence is not passive. It is intentional restraint, and restraint is rare. Lesson 3. The pulse of presence. Give, then recede. The sun is loved because it sets. If it stayed overhead forever, it would burn everything beneath it. Presence works the same way. What is constant becomes invisible. What appears, disappears, and returns becomes desired. Offer warmth, offer depth, offer sincerity. Then, step back, not out of fear, not out of resentment, but out of control. This creates an emotional contrast, and contrast is what sharpens memory. People do not miss attention. They miss how they felt when they received it. When presence is removed at its peak, the mind begins replaying moments, conversations, laughter, silence shared. This is not cruelty. This is understanding rhythm. Stoicism teaches moderation in all things, even closeness. Lesson 4. Emotional neutrality. The one who reacts the least holds the most power. Strong emotion is predictable. Calm composure is unsettling. When you show that your inner state does not depend on another's behavior, you become psychologically immovable. Coldness is not cruelty. It is self-possession. Respond slowly. Move deliberately. Leave situations without explanation. No drama. No emotional display. People expect reaction. When they don't receive it, they feel exposed. Stoicism teaches that emotional discipline is freedom. If someone cannot control your reactions, They cannot control you, and what cannot be controlled becomes fascinating. Lesson 5. The unfinished chapter. Predictable people are easy to forget. Mystery creates tension. Tension creates attachment. Do not reveal everything. Do not explain everything. Do not empty yourself for understanding. Be warm but not fully open. Be present but not consumed. Alternate closeness with distance. This creates emotional friction. The mind hates incomplete stories. When someone cannot fully figure you out, they keep thinking. Stoicism values restraint of disclosure. Power lies not in expression, but in selective revelation. Leave something unsaid? Let curiosity do the work. Lesson 6. Sovereignty over connection. Nothing is more attractive than a life that does not need permission. Build your own world. Routines, discipline, goals, solitude. When someone realizes they are a guest in your life, not the center of it, value increases. Scarcity creates worth. Those who orbit others lose gravity. Those who build their own center attract orbit. Stoicism teaches independence of mind. When your happiness is not borrowed, your presence becomes a privilege. Lesson 7. Exit at the zenith. The greatest mistake is staying too long. Leave while the energy is alive. Leave while desire remains. Leave before familiarity erodes intensity. People do not miss what fades slowly. They miss what ends too soon. Stoicism teaches detachment, knowing when to step away. Leaving at your peak requires courage, but it ensures memory. What ends at its highest point becomes legend. Silence is not absence. It is presence refined. Those who master restraint never chase. They are sought. If these words resonated, stay with us. Subscribe, reflect, and tell me in the comments, are you ready to stop chasing and start being remembered? Stay disciplined. Stay silent. We'll speak again soon.